All right. I think I might still be having problems with Restream and Twitch, but whatever. It is what it is. All right. Today I want to work on Blender. I have a couple plugin related things I need to work on, and I got a new plugin. I got the BlenderSensei. Sensei? I don't know. Actually, I don't remember what they're called. I have it in here. Well, I totally probably butchered that name. Should be. Here it is. That's their Twitter. Well, that'd probably be there too. Sensei. This is BlenderSensei. Yeah, not the coupon. I did not have a coupon. I looked for one though. That would have been nice. Because I decided I wanted to get the professional version. So this is the plugin I got. So I got the pro license version of this, and so I'm going to test it out. Haven't tried it yet. We shall see how it works. Any luck, it'll be good. Let's see. All right. Let me go to my stored drive. I got a bunch of new takes now too. I'm very excited. Record like 50 new motion capture takes today, and so I'll have to process those eventually as well, but not right now. For now, let's work on this. I'll do that later tonight, maybe. All right. Let's see. So let's add it as a plugin. Keep in mind, I've never used this plugin. I have no idea what to expect. Hopefully, with any luck, it will not be a big deal. It'll work. All right. So add-ons in here. There it is. All right. Installed. Okay. Good. So far, so good. Enable it, and oh, where'd it go? Oh, I don't know. Went away for some reason. Okay. Let's just kind of poke around through here and see what we got. So user interface. Use custom hacker header and text consoles in the work stream. Okay. Navigation tabs, Blender scripts, access core Blender scripts, data, Python, and add-ons. So sounds cool. Autofill. I think these are all turned on. So yes, on all those. Advanced search. Okay. Run options. Save scripts in a folder named modules. An add-on for named all. Interesting. Okay. Good to know. Code inserts. Is add-on lower? If add-on. Oh, I remember reading this. Yeah. So it has a way of like if you make like templates that you want to drop in for things, you can basically have these placeholder names that you replace with your plugin name, which is nice. That's cool. See references and name of your custom reference. Can't say I really know what that is yet. External apps. Come down. It does. Auto hotkey. Okay, well I don't have Windows. I'm running Linux, so that's not going to matter. I just turn that off then. Alright, cool. Save those preferences. Wait, did it pop up something there? It did. Click it twice. Alright, okay, so that was the other one. Okay, and then so it's all saved. Alright, cool. So installed, fine. That's good. I'm trying to think which one I need to modify. Oh, I know what it is. So I have a couple small tasks, and oh yeah, so we have this new hacker tab. Ooh. Oh, I like how I can see on this side. This is more space. Cool. Cool. I'm gonna have to figure out what's the best way to work on this. Okay. Let's see if I wanted to open a file. Where is that at? Try this one. So this may not be the best workflow because I've already started one of these small ones and I don't have, a proper plugin. So like no init and all that kind of stuff. Had I used Hacker to create it, it would have created all this boilerplate for me, which would have been really cool. But I didn't have it at the time. So did this. I actually did a lot of this in VI, and then I did most of it in Blender after that, just to make sure my tabs and stuff were all good. But yeah, I think with Hacker, it'll do a lot of these pieces for me. It'll create these UIs and stuff, which is really exciting. At least for me, because I use it to cut and paste those. All right, so one thing I have to do, probably the easiest thing, we'll start with the easiest one first, is I need to add when a file was edited. And so I want a little more room here. Oh, okay, so this is like a little tab system. Nice. Okay. So before the version, we will. So when we're writing out our Mocap, I also create these little JSON meta files, JSON, and what I need to know is I need to know when this was last changed. That's what I'm doing now. I believe I looked this up already, and it should be int. Oh, that's fun. I didn't import time. Let me import time real quick. Probably gonna have an error there, but we'll close it off. Yeah, I'm gonna need time along my math. Import time. Hopefully that's gonna work. You know, I should test it here real quick. Make sure that is a normal inspect. Oh wow, it autocomplete. Neat. God. Okay, it's gonna take me a little bit of use to this. It does these things that are super cool. Yeah, I have a feeling once I master the Hacker plugin, I'll be coding much faster. All right, so I got time imported, and so let's add. Does it have to be a string? I don't think it does. No, not if I want numbers. It's JSON. So everything else here is a string. That's why it's like that. So we can just restore this as a number. This will be time. Okay. Then we need to a character return, and yeah, I think I'll do it. So what I want to store is the Unix epoch time, and I looked this up earlier, but this is how Python typically does it. So it looks kind of like, well, I'll show you what time looks like. Wow, time. Return. Oh, look at that. I love the help. Oh my god, that alone is just gold. I gotta get better at understanding it's gonna finish my typing before I'm done. Okay, so this is what I'm shooting for, and it doesn't have to be like I'm getting rid of the precision. It doesn't have to be precise. What this particular change is for is it tells when the Godot is looking at it, like and something's been rendered to the store. It knows when that happened, and so if I go back into the Blender file and I make more changes to it, and then I reprocess it, it can tell that this thing's it's already in the store, but it's been updated. So it just has like, re-render the takes. But if it sees that the change time is the same, then it's no big deal. Like nothing matters. It won't do anything extra. So that's what that one's for. Okay, I'm not gonna test that yet. There was more. I had to do more things. And so look at my to-do list. Okay, so this one has a subcard of, oh yeah, this is a big one. But this one needs timestamps. Yes, I already done the work. So this is done. We're good with that one. That was super simple. I just want to start with something really easy, and it was super important for me because I need that to do the next part of store processing. So now that's there. I want to work on some more complicated Blender stuff. There's two Blender things I need to do. We have this one down here, which is really complicated, and I've not done this yet. What I need to do is hook into the render process when it outputs, and basically connect to a UDP server that is running with the Godot user interface, and then it will send updates at the end of every frame that is processed. So you have to hook into that, and there's a way to do it in Blender. I'm trying to remember what it's even called. I did look this up a bit. So application handlers. So there's a handler that you can use for the render process, and then I would just have to figure out if Blender has the ability to create UDP packets. I would assume it does. I mean, Python typically does, but you know, who knows what's all included. Let me see. Sorry, I have to drink whiskey. It's Thai code. All right. The other one I have to do is, where is that one at? Yeah, this one. And so on this one, what I want to do is when I'm editing a motion capture, I want to basically just say the start and stop frames of it, and then have it delete all the keyframes that are past the start and stop. So as a user, I'll just say, oh, it starts in this frame, into this frame. Ultimately, I think well, in the beginning, I'm just going to assume it starts in frame 1. But ultimately, I think I'm going to make it so if I want to take a segment out, like say start on frame 70, end on frame like 120, it's going to do the math to figure like, okay, well, this is this many frames long. It's going to delete before 70 and after 120, and then it's going to slide that over to the frame 1 and then recalculate everything, which I currently do by hand when I do that. It's pretty rare I do that, but it happens. So ultimately, I think it needs to do that. But in the very beginning, just having a method to delete the keyframes that are past the end would be useful. So, which one to work on? This one's really kind of optional, though. Like, I don't really need this one. It's just a nice to have. Whereas this one, I don't really consider this one optional. I really want to be able to see this. And so in Godot, do I have Godot open? I don't. Let's open up Godot. Trying to think. Oh, it's under tools. All right. All right, the Hacktop processor is what I need. All right, so there's no I don't know why I started in the 2D. That's a script. So it's a really simple UDP script here, but it listens and it's looking for a JSON packet to come in on this port on localhost 247.0. So I need to do that from Blender. I need to send it here, and what it's mainly going to look for is going to look for one called frames. So currently, let me just show you what I got. All right, so actually, let me refresh these takes because I just, like I said, I recorded a bunch of new ones. Couldn't execute fetch script. Oh, look at that. Well, let's find out why. There we go, those. I have 2 bad meta files, which I just haven't bothered cleaning up. So that's not the error. Let's run it by hand. Let's see what it looks like. All right. No, it's not here. It's under process takes. There is actually the Ruby files. There's fetch takes. So this is what runs. And so see if it runs by hand. It does not. No, there's a problem. Undefined method empty. No class. What line's that? 61. So it said the class was empty. Let's look at the takes. It's possible that I had done something wrong. So 6. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's a state. So here's all the new ones, and so I want to get all these. However, I wouldn't like state. That's so strange. It doesn't like. I don't think that's a new function. checks for the date, and it seemed to be okay with that. I could uncomment this to see if it actually processes any of them. Maybe it's just like it's a certain one it doesn't like. Yeah, it gets down to walk, shove, right. Maybe something with a date on it. This one. I mean, it's blank, but who cares? Actually, why do I care? Does it need to not be blank? It does need not be blank, but why? Why was I checking that? I think it can be blank. I don't see sex, right? 0, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do I? Yeah, state. I don't care about state. Maybe I did at some point in time, or I thought I needed to. I'm just gonna comment these out. Yeah, there we go. That state does not need to be blank. My script can update that. I don't know. Maybe I was thinking I put some effect there at some point in time. But okay, let's go back to Godot. Where's the? Here it is. So I refresh again. Yes, we have lots. I don't want to wait for all, so I escape the fast forward. But yeah, jeez, it's bigger. Okay, wow. So I have 71 takes to process. I have a lot to go through. But some of these are pretty fun now, pretty good. Okay, and so what I need to go is over here. So process means I've edited them in Blender, and I've trimmed them up, and they're good to go. And it puts them into like a staging area, and then in staging it reads that meta file, and then it checks to see if it's in the store. And if it's not in the store, then you get this option here, where I can basically turn it on to render it. So I can pick and choose which ones I want, and then when I say process selected, it'll start processing this in the background. But Blender doesn't have a good way to, well, it doesn't have a default way, I guess, to kind of know where your render state is when you're kicking it off externally. And Godot, when it's reading the output, I can't really parse it in real time, so I don't want to do that. I want Blender itself to tell. So there's a UDP server running in here to tell this guy, like, hey, I have completed a frame, and so the progress bar will move, and this overall progress bar will go depending on how many things you've selected. And yeah, we should be great. Hopefully, anyway. All right, back to Blender. All right, let's see here. The autocomplete is nice, and the filling in with help is really, really nice. I'm a big fan of that. Oh, I need to change something else down in another screen just a sec. Just realized if anybody tries to send me anything, I am not aware of at the moment. Need to change the interface here so it's always on top on the other screen. Cool. All right, so this way if there are questions or anything, at least I'll see them. Okay, well, in theory. Let me go through here. So we added in when things change, that's good. And now I want to make a UDP server. So let me do some research. Well, actually, let's do the handler first. Let's see. So the handler, move the dock up here. These are the handlers. Okay. Altering data from my handler should be done carefully. I don't need to alter the data though, which is good. This can cause a crash in Blender. So we add these important persistent. Okay, alright. Alright, I think I get it. So we can make any function we want, and then that's what this guy is, and it tells it that you're gonna load it. Is it always in the render phase? I mean, yeah, let me just search for render real quick. 20 instances. Alright, so yeah, alright, so I need handlers, frame change post. Okay, so I would pick which one, then append the okay, alright, this makes sense. Okay, cool. I think I'm tracking now. So I gotta figure out where I'd want to hook into. Really just when the frame's done. So I don't want render complete, that's the whole thing. Save maybe? No, not the blend file. I'm writing a render frame. This seems like what I want. Alright, cool. Alright, so let's start this out. I already got BPI imported. We don't have handlers imported, so let's do that. Alright. Got these. So let's add more. Alright. From BPY. See, it doesn't say handlers here. Yeah, that makes me concerned now. I don't. Okay, well, let's see if we get an error or not. Actually, we can just test it real quick. Just copy and paste this down here. Oh, there's an error. It just didn't complete. Okay, fine. So I see that sometimes it can't autocomplete. And it doesn't necessarily mean something's wrong. So good to know. Alright, and so this needs to be persistent. How did I spell that? Persistent. I think that's right. I just did it at the top, I guess. Could just look. Alright, and then what we will call this function, let's just say date render frame. Do we need to pass something in? I think you'd pass in the scene if I remember right. I don't want to print anything, so I can't see it. So pass for now. And then we'll do a, this is probably not the best location to put everything. Whatever, nothing matters. Handlers, okay, so it's filling in here because now it's parsing those. I wanted to do something like right, was it? Was render right. Render, no, not tab, enter, and right. And then append, yes. And then the object would be date render frame. Oh, okay, that's fun. Ugh. I'm gonna like this plugin. Okay, well, that should at least tie into that whenever it writes. Now what I need to do is I need to let's look up Python and UDP servers then. Start Blender. Blender, Python. Got a couple of these. Gaming engine. Oh, okay. So that's right. They have a gaming engine. I forgot about that. So, not that I want to use it, but that would make sense. They would already have this in here. I'm looking at this. I'm going to scan through this. So I want to see what. Two scripts. Okay, looking through this real quick. That looks okay. So I think answers that can be done. Let's look at what they're doing here. So they have 2 ports, they open up a socket, dgrams UDP, they tell it to not block on the socket, so it might be the listener. Okay, okay, and then this one, also non-blocking. Right. Okay, so they're also packing in and packing down. I want to use strings. I don't think it would matter. Okay, so he still gets an error. What is his error? Protocol network Python module can't be imported. Object. Okay, well that's not related to UDP. Right, looks like socket's really all I need. So let's do some of that. Let's import socket. Cool. Interesting. There's a socket server. I don't need a server. I'm making a client. Okay, and then probably shouldn't hardcode this, but I'm probably going to. I mean, it's just localhost, so I don't think it matters. Port equals. I think let's do zeros, and then we'll just say localhost. Q, and then what else do they do? Do I care if it's blocking? I don't know. I care. I mean, it's a really quick UDP socket, so I don't think I'd give a crap. So socket AF init get what's the other one? Sock dgram. See, this would be nice if it autocompleted this one, but it's not. Maybe use calling it socket like that. socket. Okay. I mean, that does sound correct. Do I need to bind? I don't know. I need to bind or set blocking. Let me see. Who else has written stuff here? Yep, yada yada yada. Dgrams. They set blocking to 0. Binding. This is all server. This is the sync stuff. Self-socket send to. I've never used Pickle. That up. Alright, client is really what we're making though. So let's look at client. It's kind of nice how they made this its own class. I think it's where we go for my purposes. I mean, technically we'll be setting up the UDP socket every time, but whatever. It should be easy enough to go back and fix if I want to. Yeah, I think I'm just going to cut and paste these. Of course, I'm not going to be able to use the self, but that's fine. I have them here so I can reference them. Okay, so let's just do socket. Localhost. And this just needs to be port. All right. And then when they're sending, send? That doesn't. Where's the function? Send. Oh, I see. I didn't scroll down. I don't know what pickle means. Can I get this? Tell me what pickle means. Doesn't know what pickle means either. It's like, what is pickle? We import it, that's why. Let me take a look at what pickle is. Python pickle. I don't know if this is something I want or not. Oh, object serialization I like. If I can take a dictionary file and serialize it, that is probably what I want to do. Marshall, yep. Comparing with JSON, there are fundamental differences between pickle protocols and JSON. I want JSON. Alright, so I'll just use the JSON library instead then. I don't think I've imported it yet. I have not. I assume it comes with this. Yeah, it does. Good. Fun. So let's add JSON. I guess I could just pick the encoder. Nah. Okay. Let me just look at this. So you call it dumps, you give it whatever you want to serialize. Okay. Oh, looks pretty simple. Alright, I don't think that's gonna be a problem at all. Cool. Alright, so the data we're sending. God, you know what? I could probably use this import JSON for the freaking meta file down there. Jeez. Yeah, I did that by hand. That was not necessary. I feel we should do that. So if I were to take this. Ooh, what do we got here? This is where the code inserts are. These are cool. What stuff do we have in here? I should poke around a little bit. Folder maintenance. Ah. Get attributes. Mail operators. There's handlers. Look at this. Insert. You know, I might go up there and try that. Actually, just see how that works. Okay, those are cool. I'll come back to that. Don't know how to use reference or template yet. Okay, all right. Well, I was looking actually just to toggle this to comments. That's all I was really thinking about doing. I don't see it here. Would it be up here? Edit. No. Oh, live edit is interesting. Toggle comments. There we go. Control slash. Ah, I knew it would help me. All right. Yeah, I'm never going back. I'm gonna be sticking with this plugin from now on. Okay. So let's just make a hash. I still call them hashes. I guess they're dictionaries in Python. This should be. Think about this. It could just be a ridge. I don't know how to find these. Ridge take file. This may not be the right syntax for Python. I switched my language. There's too much and I can never remember. Oh, well, that's not a good example then. Let's just say, oh, you still can't shift, move. I hate that. Man. That's not the plugin's fault. That's this thing about the console. I want to hold down the shift key and hit the right arrow, but it doesn't do anything. Okay, so that's how you define it. Cool. Alright, so we have that, and then we also need center. I think it takes us. And then we'll do frames. This one is be this one. Why do I make that a string? Oh, because I was appending it. I don't need to do that anymore. Action name. Just be action name. Then Hacktop plugin version becomes this goofy little thing right here. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3. All right. Oh, I forgot change. Jeez, I just added that code too. You're like, why is this no longer working? So, all right, so that's just int time. Yeah. Okay. And then what we do next, we say meta file dot write. That's going to be whatever it was I just was looking at. JSON dumps. That's the string we're writing. It's not auto-completing anymore. I guess that probably means I have something wrong with my syntax. I think. Don't know. I don't suppose it has anything to just auto check. Reload active text data block from its file. Oh, that's nice. Save block. What are these? Duplicate screen. Right now I'm just kind of poking around. What that does. Highlights the current line. Why would I? Oh, I see. Just so you know where you're at. Gotcha. And those are handy. Wait, what's that last one? And shading language. Whoa. Neat. That'll be handy later. Okay. Well, that highlights that. That's that. So those, just taking a real quick sanity check, it looks fine. I guess we can cut and paste it and make sure it actually is. Yeah, doesn't like the indentation. Something is configurable? I don't know. Do we have any examples where they've done it on multiple lines? Let's see, JSON dictionary new line. Not exactly what I'm looking for. Turns out that's nothing like I was looking for. So let me just take a look at some of these examples. Everybody's doing the same line. I don't like that. It's just hard to make it long. I mean, there, wait, this one does it. Yeah. So what's the problem? See if I can take this guy's thing out. The whole thing, I guess. If I paste this code. And now see that treated that different. Why was that different? The level of indentation. Python. Too. I have no idea if this is fine or not. You know what? Screw it. Who cares? We'll find out. We'll do it live. All right. Okay, so that should write the file. Should be good. All right. Where were we? We had that done, and I want to do it up here for hooking. And so I need something similar, honestly. Need the Hacktop plugin version. Need action name. I want this one for sure. I always want to see my versions of stuff, so here we go. I'll call this meta hash again. Then it's going to need I'll always make that one the last one. All right. And then what? It needs to have in it the action name. Come from, oh, can I pull this out, HT tool? So we'll find out. And then it would need to have the frame. I think I call it frames. Frame or frames? Let's take a look. So this is probably unprocessed. Yeah, frame, singular. All right, so let's look for action name and frame. That's what I'm expecting. Frame, and this is going to be seam get. So they did up here. I just frame current. Right words, wrong order. Frame. Cool. Okay. And then we need to send it. So that was, I think, socket.send. Server address bar. I don't think I need that. Why? Yeah, there's something else I'm missing. I forgot to copy something, I think. Where did I have that at? Here. So socket send to. This seems kind of like what I'd want to send. Yeah. Then we'll say socket send to No. Nope, no gap there. Send to. And then bytes. And then we're going to send it the JSON dumps meta hash. And then, so it kind of bytes here, yeah, UTF-8. And then this is where serve address comes in. Okay. So in theory, even though I'm just doing a cube here, I could load the plugin. I could render a frame and see if Godot gets it. Save that. All right. Wait, how do you run it? Yeah, obvious question, but maybe this one? Reload. This. I did that. Reloads active text data. No, I don't want that. I want to run it. Where's run script? Alt P. Ah, we have an error. Check them. In the system console? Where's the system console? Is it this one? Invalid syntax. Yeah, I was suspecting as much. Oh, I forgot a comma. Then Alt P to run, I think. I think it ran that time. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. So over here, I think we'd have our. Oh god! Of course, this could be the. Let's actually make this version 5 since we're making such major changes here. It does work now. That's nice. A lot better. Okay. So I think it always gets hooked. Let's go into Godot. And then let's see who receives that. Well, UDP server receives it. So just go right to the beginning, put a bunch of debug in here so that we know what it is we're getting. Gotta just put it at the end actually of this function. Let's print debug here. Then go to the packet get string UTF. Okay. And then we'll run this. Okay. Then in Blender. Yeah, I think we just render the frame. Let me just check it real quick. Tab, whatever. If I just say F12. Yeah, there's a cube. Now, did Blender or did Godot see anything? Don't think so. Ooh. Chasing person error. Oh, that's Godot's. I already know about those errors. What about Blender? Where's Blender at? Here it is. That was from before. It seems like it didn't hook it, if I had to guess. Let's see. Yeah, I would think it'd matter. I don't think I need an animation. I think it would just work. Because, you know, you are writing the file. Frame. Alright. Oh, there's a console down here too. Oh no, that's a different console. What's this do? So much to find. What's this? Also debug options. Preference menu. Oh, okay, nice. This one. Ah, gotcha. Fun. Alright, that's cool. I need to go to the actual console, I think, to see the output. What is this? I remember seeing this error. From BPY to import panel. This didn't used to cause an error. Invalid syntax. So it doesn't like this anymore? What do you mean? What has changed? So types, it's not like this one. I mean, this is a new line. What if I move this to after? I wonder if it changes the error. Save, run, check it. I should probably hit enter over here. Let's run it again. Nope, change error. It does not like it from invalid syntax. On the M. There's a saying line 2. That wouldn't be it. That would be this. Let me clear this. Oh, that doesn't work. What does this do? This feature available for Windows only. Oh, that's that one thing. Console clear all. There we go. Alright. What are these? What is even here? Get rid of that? I don't like that. I want to get rid of that. There's a run script button. Let me think. Ming. Don't believe that was causing error before. Don't know why it would now. It's weird because it's like, I don't know, it's showing it under the M on the actual console error. Oh, because I cleared it. It's funny. And then again. It doesn't show here. It doesn't show here either. Wait, what? Interesting. Custom remember. You're gonna hit Alt P again. There we go. Whenever I hit Alt P, it does it. Alright, I'm gonna close this. Don't save. Where I saved the Blender file, or the script file. I was also going to test that inserting the handler too. Alright, so I'm curious which version we have here. So it's 4 right now. We'd have to load up our old one, or the new one we're working on, which is fine. Open reasons would be kind of nice, but not necessary. Alright, so this is the 5. If I say run, it turns to 5, which is cool. And then, did we get any errors this time? Oh yeah, we did. We get in hacker, interesting. Key hacker startup not found. Okay. Huh. I guess the hacker plugin's causing an error. I mean, it doesn't seem to matter, but weird. But I don't see. Yeah, this is the matter. That's an old module. I just need to delete it. Is it? Okay, yeah, no errors, but I don't think it's working. F12. Render our cube. Close this. Check console. Yeah, same stuff. So nothing. Print nothing. So my guess is it's not actually hooking. Boo. I would have thought that would have just ran no matter what. But this never printed, so or at least isn't calling it. I could trust them. It says render right, I suppose. I mean, when the post ones would also do it. I want to test that function of the hacker plugin though, where I can add code insert for handlers persistent. So, alright, so it was. Well, it's really the example on that one. Now it's on the website. Alright, so I see, so that gives you a bunch of blur. Even if a new file is loaded, it's interesting. I don't actually need to do that part. This one's for change pre. What is change pre? Might be interesting just to run it. Let's see. I mean, I guess I can make it frame change post. Oh, actually, wow. Let's just leave it like this. Is there any duplicates that would cause an issue? I don't think so. Okay. And then save it or run it. Check for errors in the console. Save text. Where's that error from before now? Alright, I'll try to render it. I only have that alt P. Frame change 1. Alright, so that one worked. So I think the only issue is I'm trying to do this. Where's that? I'm trying to do this render right append, which you you know, you would think would be fine, but maybe what I should do instead is frame change post. Saved it. Let's run it. Let's render. Got a cube. Check the console. Alright. Calling it at least. Okay. That's progress. Module socket has no attribute set blocking. No. What did they use in this one? No, that one used set blocking. Well, let's see what the plugin. Is it the plugin will autocomplete this? It's not blocking. Does not seem to autocomplete one, that's for sure. Yeah, to be honest, I don't need it to. If it blocks, it's fine. Really should only take a split second. So let's just run without it then. And then render. Line 50 update render frames. Socket center set sock ops. Okay, what? Come on now, killing me. Do I? Should be like this. I'm not auto-completing anymore. Kind of. I think the S there is actually what I need to use. Let me look at this. Yes, they create socket. So in my case, this should be S. Not socket. Okay, saved. Ran render. Cube. All right. HT tool not defined. So that's, yeah, that is a problem. I was curious that would be the case. I need that action name too. Shoot. How would I grab that? It's this right here. So Hacktop settings, that action name maybe? Oh, I can also take it from BPY data scenes. That's probably the way I should do it. BPY data scenes scene. Let's do that instead. And then wait, hold on. Yeah, the rest is fine. Okay, so last time BPY data scenes. BPY data scene HD tool. I think that's right. Save it, run it, and then render. Cube. I'm gonna say cube every time. All right. Well, this is from the wrong function. Object is not compatible. Oh, but it's been showing me the wrong error anyway, but so I wonder if line 54 is even correct. This one. It says int was not compatible. Do I have to make it a string? Not callable. What do you mean an object is not callable? Oh, because it's, yeah, gotcha. Come on, whiskey, help me out here. Ah, no errors. All right, that is something. That's something different. Where is debug? Look at that! Holy crap! There we go. The action name was blank. It did get a frame. Oh, because the action name is blank. Shit, I think we got it. Oh yes, that's awesome. All right, so when we're rendering now, it sends UDP packets to the Godot thing, so I can update the progress, and it'll match it up based on the action name and the frame. Dude, that's exciting. That's a hard one. At least I was thinking it was hard. Ah, wow, cool. All right, so I can get rid of this. I don't need this anymore. TLDR on the Hacker plugin. It is nice. Definitely, I probably should start with that. It probably would help me learn making plugins too. I found it as a pretty big learning curve in Blender to learn how to make plugins. And so had I start with the Hacker one, that would have been good. I would like to see like an even lighter version, because I think they have like an indie for $30 maybe, which isn't bad. And then professional is like 80. But even one that was just like, they offer classes. There should be like a learning one that misses a lot of the functions here, but like, you know, does some of the, you know, filling in the code for you, and so you can get that workflow down. And I honestly think people would be more kind of reliant on that Hacker plugin then, because they're like, oh, this is how I build out these UIs and these properties just by right-clicking and whatnot, and then you'll just upgrade, you know, maybe to indie next, and then you're like, oh, that's good, but now I'm getting blocked here, and you upgrade again, you know. Because yeah, I think that would get me in better habits, even if it would make me tied into this plugin. I don't know. It's my 2 cents on it. But I like it. I like it a lot. Okay. Oh shit. Happy. Very happy. So let me go into my. Oh wait, where's my other one? I have another one right here. All right. So this is done. I guess it needs to be reviewed, but it is close to done. Blender now sends UDP packets. Cool. That's in a pretty good stage. I like it. I like it a lot. Cool. Alright, I think that might be it. Yeah, because the only other thing I had was the Blender where it was an optional. It was for removing, for the actual mocap data. But I don't know that I want to work on the mocap right at the moment. Maybe I'll do one. Just to see it. Let's do that. Let's just do one from Godot. One of the new ones. Now let's pick what is this? Oh, I see. So I got some of these have already been done. That's why I was looking at level. That's why there's so many of them too. Okay, so we got to fix that. That was here. So the reason why I checked for this being empty is I want it to be empty, so it hasn't been processed at all. And so why does that not work again? So when I run that, barbs there for no class. I don't know. So why don't we just say if row 6 and empty. See what that looks like. Alright. How about if not row 6 or if it's there and it happens to be empty? I think that's probably a little bit more what I'm thinking. Alright, yeah. So I know some of these were taken the day, and then where do we start? These are older ones. Okay. That seems right. I don't want to count them. So 47. That's a better number. This is a bit bigger. Oh, I can't scroll down all the way. Oh, well that needs to be fixed. See that? Won't go all the way down. This is in the way. Annoying. How many I'm missing here? No. Oh, I should actually just write that down. We'll tackle that later. Let's just create a new card. Let's see. Godot. I think that's probably it. I could. I think this is pretty low effort. It's a low priority. It's fine. Yeah. It's not gonna get my way anytime soon. Alright, let's pick one of these. To raise the roof. I want spaces. Don't think I want spaces at the moment. Trace back to what? Oh, it's that hacker. I wonder what's up with this. This key map items remove. I might have to write to them on that one. See what's up with that. I'm sure it's nothing, but I like it to go away. Okay, well, again, not important at the moment. Alright, so Hacktop, raise roof's there. Let's retarget. This is a male actor. Skeleton looks a little different, actually. Interesting. Alright. Whoa, what's wrong with his feet? What happened there? Look at that. That's so weird. Let's take. If there's IK or something on this. That's weird. Why would it slide? Interesting. I'll say. Let's process this again. But this time we won't add anything to it. So these were taken tonight with an alpha version of the shadow motion capture software. Alright, so it's not doing it here. So the base skeleton seems fine. Yeah. There's something with the Roku retargeting is, well, it may not be the Roku retargeting, it could actually be how it recenters it. Causing a problem. Actually, well, again, not gonna do it for tonight. I can't be doing this all night long, so I just record the bugs. Let's see. Blender stage 1 retarget. Hey, Globox 3D. Oh. So, here. Oh, yeah, no problem, man. Oh, so, I actually, somebody did mention that. I think it is an OBS setting. I don't know why it's only coming out one ear though. It must be set to mono. Actually, let me check it right now. I mean, if you want to hang out for a second, I'd like to see what's going on there. Looking at my monitor, I am only seeing left, or well, at least one of them, for the mic. Let me see if I can find a way to fix that. Would probably be the advanced settings. Let's see here. For the mic, it's not saying mono, but the monitor's definitely showing mono. Where else can I modify that? So I'm on Linux. It could be POV control. All right, so mic, using that. Scarlett Solo. That's what I'm recording on. I wouldn't think it would have a mono option, but it does. I actually don't know. Down mix to mono, so I should turn on mono. Okay, that I can do. I did see that option. All right. So there, I've changed that setting. Let me know if that sounds any better. It is showing it on the monitor on both channels the same. Well, similar to the same. Oh, it's fixed. Awesome. Thank you so much for pointing that out, because I never can tell half the time, and even when I go back to listen to some of these things, I usually just have like one earphone in or something. So unless I had the wrong earphone in, I would probably not have caught that. So I really do appreciate that. Yeah, and also thanks for just saying hi. It's always good to have people pop in. Gives me somebody to talk to, which is nice. I'm not just talking to myself being crazy. Yeah, I don't know what's causing that slide. I have a couple guesses, but until I dig into it, and I know it's just gonna be a long, a long train, so I'm just gonna wait. Maybe next time I render this, I'll dig in a little bit more. There's two pieces of that code, but they don't work that hard. So the way the recentering works, I should rotate on Z. Fix something like this. Granted, this is normally all happening in code. And then I grab this on Y. Kind of typically how it recenters. So, yeah, that's what happens here. So now that I've moved it, no, that's fine. Oh, it's kind of looking like it's a Rococo retargeting issue. Let's see. I have Rococo on here. Let's give that a shot. Oh, I don't have the new one. Let's load up. Grab a Y-bot or something. Where is... It's so long since I've done this by hand. I gotta remember where I put all these things. Oh, Y-bot. Okay. So let's take the armature, bind it to armature 1, build the bone list. Cool. I'm not going to dig into it. It's probably fine. Target the animation. its thing. That might be okay for that level. Arms are weird. What's happening here? That's amazing. That's really funny. That is not at all, but the feet. See, the feet are off. Wow, that's weird. I mean, I did move it first. All right. I'm sorry, I can't stop yet. I'm going to test this out again. Got the Godot. Kick it off again. Let's do it by hand. So, the import. We won't move them yet. Okay. And then let's retarget them. Coco. Cool. And now let's check his feet and stuff. Oh, yep, it's Rococo. Rococo's not binding correctly anymore. Well, you're not anymore, at least in this particular animation system, for some reason. It is a new version of Shadow Motion, so the skeleton could be different. That will have to be fixed. I bet that's going to affect all the ones I took tonight. Pick another one, take a look. This one. All right, let's see here. I don't need that. I'll do Hacktop and just have it all done. So the recentering was fine. Targeting. All right. So what was this? Oh, this is stabbing and chest. Legs are just weird. Everything's the arm looked fine. A little high. But yeah, something's wrong with the legs. Interesting. Let's take a look at Rococo's settings here for this. But okay, where are the legs? There's this one up leg. Wait, oh here we go. Look at this. Left up leg, and thigh, and left leg, and left up leg. They definitely should not be the same. Oh hey, Cassor, sorry I wasn't even paying attention. Needs more T-pose. Yeah. It's getting up there, right? If I can glitch him sideways and have him turn to a horse halfway through, it will be I'll be there. I'll be set. I'm gonna then sell out to Epic or somebody. What suit do I use? So for these recordings in the studio, we're using Shadow Motion and Manus gloves. And so I'm using an alpha version of the software because those aren't typically support to each other. I have a Linux pipeline, and so Shadow is fantastic with Linux. Unfortunately, Manus isn't. I did port the SDK to Linux, but these particular ones are rendered in Windows, and then I do all the rest of my stuff in Linux. Ultimately, I want to go on Linux. Shadow, let me bring up Shadow. Let me show you Shadow. Shadow's interesting because I don't think it gets enough attention. Their sensors are just as good as like Xsense and stuff. I don't remember the Shadow Motion or Motion Shadow. motionshadow.com. All right, so this is what I'm using. So I'm using it's a strap-based system. You do get like a shirt with it, a headband, that kind of stuff. And so it's an inertia-based system. They don't normally come with gloves. This is like an old setup, and so that's not the way it looks nowadays. There is, what should have a? Oh yeah, so the newer one also has like a belt here, and there's like a Wi-Fi piece. And that Wi-Fi piece also has its own embedded system. So this is what Shadow Motion Capture looks like, but it actually can run on the suit itself. Like you don't need anything. So this is probably, and I don't do it this way, but this would be like just hitting the web browser on the motion capture suit. It would have the whole 3D environment, the recordings, and everything. And so the alpha build I'm using ties in the gloves too. So I have one spot to press record for things, the timing, I don't have to worry about frame rates. It's really good. It's still obviously alpha, but it's nice. I highly recommend it. They're cheaper than Xsense, even though the sensors are basically the same. Most of the times these motion capture suits, they're very susceptible to magnets, and some of the cheaper ones, like you can't recover from it. You just have to keep buying the new sensors, and so Shadow's definitely resilient to it. It has a lot of really cause time is what I need to do to keep my prices down. So the goal for me is basically to make a bunch of motion captures for independence, and so I want to keep those as cheap as possible. I do have deals with talent agencies and stuff to get specialized talent, but you know they're obviously I can't make that too cheap, and so the rest has to be cheap. And so moving as fast as possible is what I need. Yeah, you don't need the ping pong balls for the inertia-based systems. They have other issues, and so you can't see it here because this is kind of like just their stuff. So one of the other things I do to get rid of it. So with inertia, you'll run into problems when you're stepping up on ladders or going upstairs or things like that because it uses like dead reckoning half the time to figure out where you're at in 3D space. But what I do to compensate for that is I attach a Vive tracker to run the hip area. And that keeps track of where the actor is. And so if I do want to do weird things like stand on top of a desk or sit on a bar stool even, that's one of the ways to get around it. And so that solves that problem. And actually, do I have where's the blender doodad? Oh, I've already cleaned it up. But there was a bone that was sticking out like right here that looked really weird, and that's actually the Vive tracker. And so that knows where they're at in the three-dimensional space. And then I have these plugins for Hacktop that basically retargets and recenters, and this way that it doesn't matter where the actor's standing. Typically, even with the ping pong ball ones, you have to make them stand in the center, and they have to face where the camera's going to be at, so that it comes out correctly. I don't want to make my actors do that. Like whatever makes sense. If the scene requires them to be leaning against a wall or something, obviously why start in the center and then walk to the wall? That's dumb. Just start it on the wall, and I'll record whatever it is that you're doing on the wall, smoking a cigarette or whatever it is, and then this will recenter it. It's just math. It's fine. So yeah, so that's kind of the goal. And so most of the times I'm live streaming, I'm just working on this pipeline, trying to clean this up. So it's just a few buttons, and you're good to go. Yeah, and so I gotta fix this Rococo bug. I guess I can update. I mean, the actor may have had the pinky up too. He was holding a knife. That would be where the blade handle was. The thing. He's just very fancy when he stabs people. Oh, the face motion stuff. Yeah, I love that. I did look at that. That's really cool. I'm not currently doing face blends at the moment. The headset that I would use, do I have it up? Don't. So the one I really like, it's like I don't use the iPhone. You can. I mean, that's the cheaper route to go. But it's basically like a GoPro on a headset, and it has infrared lights lighting system, kind of like on almost like a football helmet style. And you have 1 or 2 GoPros facing the actor's face, and then the infrared lighting and stuff happens to kind of fix a bunch of stuff. And so if you're using an inertia-based system like I am, I can use infrared lights to get a good, clean view of the actor's face, regardless of the lighting in the studio. Else, if you're using the one with the little ping pong balls, that kind of thing, you have to be really sensitive to lighting because it's cameras that are catching those ping pong balls. So if you start messing with lighting, it screws that up. Infrared lights can screw it up, and so you don't get that option. So I can get a pretty clean shot with the helmets. The helmets though are expensive. I think they start around $6,000. But yeah, you could take Epic's, facial stuff. I mean, I can't do that kind of art anyway. So having that kind of art just immediately available is just phenomenal. Super cool. Super cool. But yeah, I haven't spent a whole lot of time on the blend shapes. I will eventually get the blend shapes part of this default system here, so I can just wrap everything together. I'm really kind of waiting to see if people need it, and how much they need it when they make their independent games. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I just started doing this I started going live with this about a week or two ago, and so I'm just getting feedback now of whatever people are interested in. That'll drive a lot of this, honestly. So I'm gonna update that ticket to let, since I now figured out what the problem is. Didn't take as long as I thought. To be go auto aligning flags. So I'll go back in and see if I can save that by default. If not, I can always make my script manually update all those for Rococo. My script for that part just calls Rococo and sets up. Rococo, while I'm not using their suit, has a really nice Blender plugin. So I would most likely be a tool service that makes. Oh, yeah. Well, thanks. Yeah, I mean, I'll eventually get there. Right now, the tool's very specific to what I'm doing, but I am trying to slowly evolve it. So this is the main tool that I'm currently using, and so I did add. Why has it stopped? Oh, I stop it in Godot. I don't know if you use the Godot engine, but this is what I'm using to kind of control the entire pipeline and process and whatnot. But I do set up the paths and whatnot, and it'll help you when I move from system to system. At the moment is what it's doing. You would need a store and all that kind of stuff. So I'll eventually have to clean it up so it's not for all that stuff. But like the store, what this does is this renders for kind of like the high res cycles in the background. And the part I worked on tonight was to update this progress bar, because in the store, I don't have much there yet. I have a new 50 or I don't know however many I have tonight to add in, but I have some from before. It makes these, so they're kind of like cycles based thumbnails of what the animations are, and that can take a while. And Blender doesn't really, when you're running it in the background, doesn't really tell you what your progress is. It just spits a bunch of stuff out to the console. And I don't like that. So I want progress bars, and so that's what this will do. And I'll have an overlay, and so I can see it, and I can go on doing other things. This runs in the background, and I start to add a piece for doing multiples at once. And not that I have a cluster environment, but if I get there, I will. But yeah. Thanks for popping in and talking. It does helps me think through things, and thanks Glowbox for helping me fix my mono, my mic. That is a useful thing. But yeah, I think I might be good for now. I mean, I can always keep working on this, but I think I'll stop for tonight. Thanks everybody for stopping by. I do appreciate it. It helps me work and think through things for sure. Right. Night all. Or whatever your time zone is.